Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Abernathy, and I guess if there's one thread that I see when I talk to doctors is maybe their lack of situational awareness. In other words, kind of seeing what the dangers, what they need to step over, what they don't want to step on, what they should walk around, what's coming around the next corner. And so I want to take and in kind of a 2 or 3 part video here, talk about what will hold you back. What's going to hold you back in the future? What's going to hold you back in dentistry? And so I'm trying to create kind of a checklist for you so that you can look at this and actually make some definitive black and white decisions of what to do. Number one thing that will hold you back is holding a limiting belief. Now, what's a limiting belief? I mean, now for me, it's anything that you believe, any belief that you have, that you've held so long it becomes truth to you. Because a lot of times a limiting belief is not true. For me, it's always been women. I don't understand women. I just have no idea. For other people, it's money. They think, well, gosh, if I don't want to be financially successful because if I was, then I'd lose all my friends, or I wouldn't be a nice person, or I've seen people say, oh gosh, if I just had better clothes or a nicer car when I was in high school, I would have been in the A team. Okay, that limiting belief will hold you back, and so we need to figure out some way to erase those limiting beliefs. Number 2, a lack of consumerism. What would hold you back in your dental practice? A lack of consumerism. Now, consumerism actually isn't a word. But, if I were to ask you, what is consumerism? I think the best definition I could give would be really giving people what they want, when they want it, at a price they can afford. See, I think we forget that a dental practice has a widget, a product that we produce. And the product is really pretty simple. It's getting people to show up, pay for treatment, and refer everybody they know. So, what is a lack of consumerism? It's not giving them what they want when they want it at a price they can afford. Number 3, if I walked up to maybe a dentist and I didn't know them, I walked up and say, hey, hi, I'm Mike Abernathy, and they introduced themselves, and I said, what do you do? And they go, well, I'm a dentist. And I go, well, yeah, I know, but what do you actually do? And they go, well, I work on teeth, and I restore teeth, and I make pretty smiles and save teeth and all that stuff. If I asked a hygienist, what do you do? They'd say, well, I'm a hygienist, thinking that would do it. And then all of a sudden, I'd look at them and go, well, I know, but what are you paid to do? So, well, I clean teeth. I have 0 bleeding points and no pockets. And, See, I think the number 3 thing that's going to hold you back is thinking your job is doing dentistry. If you think about it, if I had a group of staff here and I'd asked each one of them, well, I'm an assistant, I'm a front desk, I'm a hygienist, I'm a doctor. We make the mistake of starting to think that what we're paid to do is create, like if you're an assistant, suck spit, set up the room, take them in, take them out. Doctor, do fillings, crowns, root canals, implants, whatever. When really your job is inspiring our patients. Because doing just dentistry isn't enough. Number 4, the wrong practice strategy. I got a call just before I got here to film this. I was in a car heading for the airport. Doctor calls me and said, and they do this all the time. They never, I've never met them. They're calling from somewhere else, and they go, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so. Someone gave me your number. They said you might be able to help me. And I said, okay, so what's going on? And I said, just tell me what's happening. He says, well, I think I'm going to go bankrupt. Opened a practice, and he told me he was in Clearwater, Florida. And we talked for about 5 or 10 minutes, about an hour drive for me to get to the airport. And it wasn't until about 15 minutes into this conversation, just asking questions, that I actually figured out that, 1, he was in Clearwater, Florida. 2, he was a pediatric doctor. And I went, are you standing? And he goes, well, I could stand. And I said, well, yeah, why don't you stand, just kind of back up against the wall and then kind of slide down the wall till your bottom touches the floor, pull your knees up really really tight, put your head between your knees and kiss your tush goodbye. I said, there are no kids in Clearwater, Florida. It's a retirement community for snowbirds from up east. And so he was told by Patterson this would be a great place because there weren't any other pediatric practices. So for 6 months, we helped this doctor change his practice strategy to turn into a general practice so he could move and do the practice strategy he wanted. See, you literally can have the wrong practice strategy. If you're in a town with the income of, medium household income of 20 to 30,000, you're not going to do well with an adult boutique practice. If you're in an area where half the population are kids and you don't see kids, you're not going to do well as a dentist in that area. So selecting the wrong practice strategy can hold you back.